Hello everyone, more precisely from Iași, the Grigore Tepopa University of Medicine and Pharmacy. I am Janina, and I'm very happy to keep on hosting this series of podcasts, and I'm even more excited to find more international students that are happy to share their experience with us and with you, the future possible students here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Today, I'm glad to talk to Gregory Chiriacu, who has chosen to study in our university and also be involved in the international students community. Welcome to our podcast.
It's great
And
to be here.
please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, good afternoon, Janina.
Hello.
It's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation. I am Gregory. I am a fifth year general medicine student in the English section. I'm coming from Greece. I am 22 years old. And as you very well pointed out, I have the pleasure and the honor and the privilege to be involved in the international community of our university. And it's a genuine pleasure to be with you today to discuss this.
Okay. And the first things first, why did you choose Iași? Why did you choose Romania and our university?
So being a doctor has been a dream since a very young age. Like many of my colleagues and my friends who are studying medicine, I have a doctor in the family. My father is a general surgeon in Athens. And many years ago, he also studied in this very same university, in the very same amphitheaters and rooms that I did my lessons and I continue doing my lessons. So when I was 18 years old and I had decided that I want to study medicine, we explored the possibility of coming here as the second generation, so to say. I came here, I visited the university, I had the chance to speak with some graduates from his era. I walked around the campus, I saw the venues, and I was impressed. And 5 years after, I'm very glad to have made this decision.
That's really excellent. And it's really nice to hear that there's also a family tradition.
Yeah.
But don't be modest.
Mm.
Please tell us a little bit about your extracurricular activities.
So, of course, my primary role in IAS is to be a medical student, to cultivate my future. But as a person, I truly believe that a human being needs to broaden their horizons. That's why from the first year, I have been involved with EMSA IASI. For our future students, EMSA stands for European Medical Students Association. And I will have the chance and pleasure to expand a bit more on that. But also, since the first year of my studies, I have also served as the chief of my series, or the president as a more general term. And this has enabled me to come in contact with professors, with teaching staff, and I can say, since you invited me to not be modest, that it has been really a pleasure, really a privilege. It has changed the course of my life without exaggeration.
How do you balance university life with being the series chief and having contact with so many professors and also volunteering in EMSA?
As we all know, medical studies are tough. There is no secret about that. It takes a lot of your time, both in the 6 years in most European countries, or 8 if you are studying in America, and then another minimum 5 years for residency. It is tough to balance everything. I'm not gonna hide that, but every time that I am faced with difficulties, because of course I am faced with difficulties and tiredness, and there have not been few times that I have thought of unloading some burdens off my shoulders. I try to take a moment for myself because pausing is not bad, it's mandatory. And seeing ahead on the horizon, seeing the benefits that all these activities have to offer me, I take a deep breath and I continue.
All right. When did you start to be an active member in EMSA?
EMSA IASI specifically offers opportunities for all the students. You can start being an active member, which means that you pay a subscription and you receive reductions in our workshops and also updates and invitations in some events that are only for active members. And it also offers the opportunity to be integrated in the team as a team member. An active member I became since my first year with the first possibility that was given to me. And I had the chance to explore the world of EMSA IASI, to come in communication with their 6 pillars, participate in events and in workshops, and I was an active member for 2 years. Afterwards, I became a team member, and now I'm the secretary.
That sounds both amazing and overwhelming to do so many things at the same time. But please tell us, what are the principles of EMSA and what are the main activities?
EMSA, as mentioned before, stands for European Medical Students Association. EMSA IASI is just a branch of the European network.
Are you involved in both of these organizations?
That's right. I have the pleasure to also serve as the Secretary General Assistant in EMSA Europe, the, so to say, umbrella organization of all the branches around Europe, which was founded in 1990 in Brussels, Belgium. Through the years, also this year we celebrated our 35 years in Ljubljana in Slovenia, and I had the chance to participate in the celebration. Through the years, over 120 branches have opened around Europe and Turkey, and EMSA IASI is one of them. It's a very active one from what I see compared to our partners around Europe, and I'm glad to be part of this team. The European part is truly important because it was founded in Brussels in 1990, and its goal is to bring medical students together, to create a network all around Europe, to share ideas, to share experience, to make friends from other medical schools in many other countries. And the goal of EMSA IASI is to bring medical students of IASI together, to help them accommodate in this new chapter of their lives, to help them become oriented and help with any questions they might have about the university. So, with few words, EMSA and EMSA IASI brings people and medical students together, and this is, I think, a very noble cause and one of the reasons why I decided to join this organization.
What's your favorite project that you have ever been to in EMSA IASI?
EMSA IASI, based on their 6 pillars, offers a wide variety of events, from practical and clinical workshops to scientific conferences to ethical debates. But on a personal matter and aspect, I really enjoy the surgical workshops of EMSA IASI. I aspire to be a surgeon at some point in my life, so it makes sense that I adhere more to
So you
these
want
events.
to continue the tradition not only by studying here, but also by being a future surgeon.
Absolutely. I was very lucky to have a surgeon in the family and to be able to see what surgery truly is like. And I know it might sound cliche, but I fell in love with surgery. So that's what I hope to achieve.
You're not the only one.
I'm sure.
I'm very happy to see that you are so enthusiastic about the extracurricular activities that you have joined during these years. And now let's focus back on academic life. How has it been for you for the past 4 years, now starting the fifth, to study here? How do you feel about this university, professors, uh, I don't know, exams? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Definitely. Um, I can confidently and truthfully say that I'm very happy with this university. It is truly an international university and studies. The English section invites and hosts students from a wide variety of countries, and the academic level of studies is high. There is no question about that. All our professors, and I truly mean all our professors and teaching assistants, are very well educated on the topic that they're teaching. They're very well aware of their discipline, and they have a teaching method that inspires students to explore more each subject and to focus on the details. The university venues are very good with lighting and bright examples such as the new Leon building or the simulation center, which is truly state of the art with many and multiple machines and simulators for vaginal birth, for neonatal resuscitation, for whatever a medical student can imagine of.
Have you tried the surgical simulators since you're interested in surgery?
I didn't have the chance to try the surgical simulators, but I'm very happy to say that even as a medical student, without being involved actively in any organization, I would have the opportunity to join our associations here, especially some that are focused only on surgery and truly refine my surgical skills. So I can confidently say to all the aspirants to join UMFEAS that if you are interested in surgery, you will have many opportunities to train your skills before your residency.
Besides your father, have you found any mentor here in surgery?
That's a very good question. I believe that finding a mentor as a medical student is something very vital, and it can really help any future healthcare professional to achieve their goals. I believe that each medical student can find a mentor, and I believe that in our level and in our age, a mentor is a medical professional that you look up to, that you can reach up to, that you can ask them questions about your future or about your worries or about your interests, and to give you directions and good advice. And I can definitely say that I have had the opportunity to speak with professors and teaching assistants that have helped me greatly in my decision making, in my confidence building, which is something very vital for all medical students, and in clearing out any blur spots that might exist about the world of medicine.
Right now, I want you to go back in time and be again the Gregory from the first year.
Okay.
Could you please tell us a little bit about the registering process? Maybe how did you manage to integrate in this community in both the city, Romania, and the university? Did you have any colleagues from high school with you here? And how did everything go for you in the first year?
Absolutely. Um, let's start with the registration process. I do remember very vividly that, as I'm sure it's the case every year, all the necessary requirements were very clearly stated on the website, in papers outside the secretary's office, inside the secretary's office. They were double checking and triple checking everything, so I had no worries on the eligibility of my application. On the application papers themselves, I was very pleasant to see that back in my time, I hope it's the same now, at the university was, of course, making their selections based on school results and academic performance, but also on extracurricular activities. I had the opportunity to submit many of my diplomas and my certificates from extracurricular activities from my high school. It ensured that the participants of the English section were able to speak the language as it requested an English diploma proficiency. And it also required to test, let's say, the writing ability and the thinking ability of its candidates by requiring a motivational letter. Motivational letter is something very important for someone who is 18, 19, 20 years old, as it gives the opportunity to expand your thoughts and write down why you want to study medicine. So I was very pleasant to see that these aspects were required and evaluated by the university. As for the integration, again, EMSA once again came to the rescue. As it does every year, we organize the orientation days, or to be more fair, we are being part of the orientation days. However, we have a very big part. We're very happy for the last 2 or 3 years to invite the new medical students in our office and to give them a taste of medicine, teaching them some basic practical skills like CPR, like blood collection for analysis.
All of this during orientation days?
Yes, we
Wow.
have models in our office for CPR and for blood collection. And I believe on a personal level that if it was also like that in my first year, because back then it wasn't, I would have fallen in love even more quickly with my studies. Another and final very important aspect of the integration and its relation with orientation days is that we also have students that are from higher years that take the new students, the first year students of IASI, and go with them around the city, as it was done in my case. So in my case, 4 years ago or 5 years ago, there was a student that took me and other of my colleagues, and we went around the city. We went to Leon Building. She showed us the most important points of IASI, and without a doubt, this transported and made my integration into IASI much easier.
I totally agree with what you have said, because I also remember how helpful and useful this event has been. Orientation Days is organized every year by our university, and it aims to introduce the new students from Romanian sections, English sections, and French sections to the city and university. Continuing, let's look back in time one more time. And how do you feel about this whole experience? Would you do everything the same way if you could do this again?
Without a doubt, absolutely. I believe that UMFAYASI is a great opportunity for any medical student to initiate their medical studies. I would like to make something clear. I'm not saying, and nobody is advertising, that UMFAYASI is the perfect university. Every university, from Greece to Harvard, has its own problems. It's impossible to find a university without issues that adheres to the needs and wills of every one of its students. However, uh, as a personal opinion, with experience from students from Greece, from the UK, from the States, and comparing our experiences, I can truly say that I am left very, very satisfied from UMFAYASI. I would do it again without a doubt, and I heartfully, without restriction, suggest to anyone considering this option to follow it.
At least give it a try.
At least give it a try, and like I did, like my colleagues did, like you did, and I don't think that we were left disappointed.
No, of course. Since we are coming to the end of this podcast, and since you are coming to the end of your studies because you're in the 5th year, what are your plans for the future? Do you plan to stay in Iași, in Romania, or do you want to go back home to Greece?
Romania and IASI truly has offered me a gift, which is to make me a doctor. Unfortunately, I don't really see myself practicing medicine in Romania or IASI. Of course, going back to Greece and Athens is a very real possibility, as for any foreign medical student to go back to their home country. And of course, a great deal of my focus is spent on going back to Greece. However, as a medical student who aspires to
Higher.
aspires to reach higher levels, we can say it like that. I am also considering the option of going to the States, like many of my colleagues do. And these are the United States of America.
Okay. And does the university help you in any way to go, I don't know, somewhere in the European Union, back to your home, or stay here, or even the States?
It's really important to note that the degree obtained by UMFAYASI is Europeanly recognized. So, of course, following the particular steps of any European country, a medical graduate from IASI will not have any obstacle in the recognition of their medical certificate and medical diploma. In regards to the States, UMFAYASI offers a very significant privilege, in my opinion, compared to the other Romanian universities, which is to be recognized and to be offered a sponsored note from ECFMG. For the future medical students that do not know, ECFMG stands for Educational Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates.
All right.
It is a US-based organization founded in 1956, and in a sense, it makes sure, to put it simply, that a medical graduate is up to the level required to be considered to practice medicine in the United States. UMFAYASI and the medical diplomas of UMFAYASI have this certification, which essentially means that anyone that graduates from UMFAYASI will not have an issue with this vital step into their journey to practice medicine in the United States. It's important to say that without ECFMG recognition, it is unsure, I will say,
Mhm.
that a medical graduate will be able to practice medicine in the United States. It's not impossible, of
Okay.
course. You can acquire and obtain the ACFMG accreditation of your diploma, but UMFAYASI has it from its birth, so to say.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, for the final question.
Okay.
Let's imagine that you are going home from here, okay? And on the street stops you a high schooler, but it's not just any high schooler, it's yourself
Okay.
from the 9th grade.
Wow.
What advice do you have for this younger Gregory?
Wow. Ninth grade. Okay, that's many years ago. The advice that I would give is to not be afraid, is to trust the process, as we say, and to study a bit more, because ninth grade, well, ninth grade is back to ninth grade. Let's not open this bag of worms. But yeah, to be determined, to not be afraid, to have courage, and to chase his dreams, because you lose all the shots you don't take.
That's a very good advice for everyone,
Yes.
not just for the younger Gregory. So thank you very much
Thank you.
for this insightful conversation.
Thank
I
you.
am very, very happy that we had the chance to connect. And maybe we'll meet again. And
Hopefully.
I wish you good luck for this year because it's not an easy one.
Yes. Thank you, Janina. It was a sincere pleasure being here and sharing my insight. I truly hope that this has been enlightening for aspirants to join UMFAYASI. It's truly a good opportunity and they won't be left dissatisfied.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.